show. Oh, there we are.
Ah, whew, there we go. Well, next time we'll
Cool.
know exactly how to get this done. Yeah, the Alaska season is upon us, that's for sure.
I gotta say, I'm a bit envious of Christine out there, and that girl is working it. When she said, what was it, 19,000 people they were expecting
Yes.
in on one day?
Yeah. And then it's
Wild.
funny because by like 7:30, she's like, okay, I'm going to bed. Like, I'm done. And I'm like, do your cheeks hurt? And she's like, a little, but
Vaseline on the teeth. That's what you do.
yeah, I'm like, everyone coming in is they're so amazing. They're just huge fans of Christine and you. And I mean, I'm blessed to have you guys as partners for Dune. So it's just this really amazing energy. Everyone's just excited to be there, you know?
Well, you can feed off of people's energy. It's the same thing on the ship. If I was sitting at my desk and I was getting tired, I would just stand up, go outside, talk to passengers and crew
Yes.
because I mean, everybody's there to have a good time, right? So you can feed off of that energy and you just go back to your room and you're like,
That's so true. That's so true. Every time I'm like a little tired or my energy's low, once I start connecting with kind of social media and friends and fans, for the most part, everyone's just so amazing. Got to meet you on the
yeah.
Beyond in October 2024. You're my spirit animal. Thank you, Captain.
Oh,
Cool.
thanks, King Lenny.
That's a cool compliment, being someone's spirit animal.
Oh, and oh, Sarah, Sarah, thank you. It's
Oh,
very kind.
comments. So I just every time I click through your content, I'm like, ugh, it's so beautiful. It looks like a lot of work, not only physical work, but mentally, you're planning this whole new journey, really. Like, tell us how long, or actually really quickly, I know everyone knows you, but should we just do a quick intro? Like,
Sure.
yeah, let's do that.
All right.
I'll go first because most people don't know me. So, I'm Holly Christensen. I am the founder of Dune Jewelry, and proprietor of The Cove by Dune. And I am lucky enough to have Captain Kate McHugh as a collaborator, with my jewelry brand. We're a 15-year-old brand, and we utilize sand and earth elements from thousands of locations all over the world to handcraft all of our jewelry here in New England. Done.
Perfect. I
Your
think you've
turn.
done that before.
Yeah.
So I am Kate McHugh. I am a captain. I was the first American woman to captain mega cruise ships. I did that or well, I should say I started in 1996. And then this year, after 10 years as a captain with Celebrity Cruises, I said I want to switch things up and I want to try something new. And that new for me is being the inaugural captain for Four Seasons Yachts, which is a brand new startup company. So it's a startup company, a new prototype vessel, and a new build, which for a captain to be able to be part of the ship when it's getting built and being put into service is the highest honor that you can have. So I am here in Ancona, Italy, which is where the ship is being built. A lot of people are wondering, are we calling it a ship? Are we calling it a boat? Are we calling it a yacht? We're actually calling it a yacht. I use the word vessel a lot, but she is 35,000 gross tons, which means compared to traditional yachts, she is a behemoth. She is very large,
Yeah.
and she's got beautiful lines. Her design was based off of the Christina O, which was the OG luxury yacht, which was owned by Aristotle Onassis and Jackie Kennedy. So that's kind of when you look at her lines, it's reminiscent of that yacht, and I think that's just amazing. So that's me.
That's so cool. So 10 years with the same companies. So that's what I mean when I say you're embarking on a whole new journey. New coworkers, new processes, procedures, all of that. It must be so exciting, but also nerve wracking at the same time. And I think that's something interesting to touch on because when people look at you, they're like she never would get have like nerves or any sort of, but that's,
I get
because,
nerves walking out the front door.
yeah, right.
Crossing the
Um,
street. I think everybody does, yeah. But that was honestly part of one of the reasons why I left the big ships. Because when you start to get comfortable in something, I always liked the challenges. I liked not being, I don't want to say complacent because every day is still different on the big ships, but this opportunity offered me something really spectacular, and that is the guest to crew ratio, which is 1 to 1. Because when I was on the big ships, the only way that I would meet all of the guests was when I stood at the gangway on the last day and said goodbye and thank you.
oh
And you
yeah.
have 3,800 people that walk by in 3 hours, but the only thing you can get across is goodbye and thank you. And I really wanted an opportunity to get to know our guests and our crew. And so that's how I ended up over at Four Seasons.
I love that. And say the ratio again with Four
It's
Seasons.
1 to 1. 1 to 1. It's 222 guests, 222 crew. And it's funny because that number would actually have fit, the entire vessel would have fit in one of our lifeboats
Right.
on my last ship, Beyond.
I love that comparison.
Yeah.
Wow.
And when everyone has it's for the guest, it's all suites, so there's 95 different suites, and the top suite is our funnel suite, which spans over 4 decks. It's 10,000 square feet.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, it's pretty spectacular, and it's like all glass everywhere.
Someday I'm
Um,
putting that,
mm.
I'm writing it on my bucket list right now, for real. Holy moly.
Yeah,
10,000 square
yeah.
feet on the ocean.
Yeah, yeah. That and
Ooh,
just for one suite. I mean, it is the top suite, but there's
yeah.
also the loft suites, and every one of them has a balcony and an ocean view. And I actually have a balcony too, and it's the first time that I've ever had a balcony on any ship that I've worked
Oh,
on.
I love that.
Yeah,
Do you
that's
know,
cool.
excuse me, sorry. Do you know what your itinerary will be? Like the maiden, would it be called the maiden
Yes.
voyage or the,
Well, what we're gonna do is we are gonna do Caribbean in the wintertime and then the Mediterranean in the summertime. But we are going to places not where the big ships go. We actually have quite a few anchorage ports um, where we can get into places that the big ships can't fit.
smaller space?
So
Yeah.
some of my bucket list itinerary items, we have Korčula in Croatia. We have Split, St. Bart's in the Caribbean, Positano, and Capri. Normally when you go to Positano or Capri, you have to go into Naples, and then you have to take the ferries. But we will be like right there. And then there's Hydra in Greece, which is an island. They don't have any cars. My staff captain, who became a captain, his name is Vangelis. He's from Hydra, and he told me that like he could drive a ship, he could navigate a ship, maneuver a ship, but he didn't know how to drive a car because they didn't have any cars on the island, just donkeys.
Come on.
And
Come
yeah, he did say they had 2 trash trucks, but they hit each other, so now officially
No
they
more
don't have
trash.
any
No
cars.
more trash. Really? Two
Yeah,
cars.
so those, yeah, yeah, that's what he said.
That's amazing. I have all these like actual questions written down and I will get to them, but I love when we can just chat and catch up because every time I think to reach out to you, I'm like, gosh, she's so busy. And then vice versa. I'm
No,
like,
reach out to me.
no,
I always have time for you. Are you kidding?
thank you. I have something special for you, which I will reach out this afternoon on that. So, um, but that being said, I just have so many questions about the Italian way of life.
Mm.
When when is the maiden voyage or is that the right word, maiden voyage or inaugural cruise?
Inaugural cruise. So we are not sailing until 2026, beginning first quarter 2026. So we've got some time.
That's gonna come quick.
Um,
This year is going by so fast.
May was a blip.
Yeah,
May was a blip on the radar. And now that it's into summer, everything, the lifestyle changes too, right? When I first got to the yard, it was kind of rainy and it was cold. And so you went to the office, but now it's you go from the office to strolling on the avenue, and yeah, everybody's out and about. It's such an incredible place to be. And I probably say that like on repeat, but it's true. Every day I learn something new, find something new. So
I
it's all
love
good.
that. And your husband, Nicola, is across the way. He's like, oh,
It's funny because he's in Croatia right now, and we're building a house that's going to be kind of our retirement home. And he's directly across the Adriatic. But for me to get there, it's either a 19-hour flight because I have to go to Munich, or an overnight ferry, which takes me to Split, and that's another 2 hours drive. Or what I did the last time, I take a 4-hour train to Rome and then a 1 hour flight. But coming back, there was a delay on the plane and it became a whole thing. So we're trying to schedule out when he can come over and spend a little bit of time. But I saw someone who was asking about the other captain, and we do have the second captain hired. So we will kind of tag team on and off. I will be here throughout the new build process, but the other captain's going to come, and I don't want to say who it is yet because I want to make a nice announcement for them
are we gonna
because they
know
did that
that?
for me.
Okay. I
I'm
won't.
not sure. I'm
won't.
not sure. But I can say I can tell you they're a dream reliever. They are to be able to switch off with someone that you've got like mind and kind of goals, and the priority being the crew and the guest experience. They're there. So, and they'll come at the end of this month. They'll come on June, yeah, at the end of this month.
So you'll be making announcements soon, fairly soon then.
Yeah, yeah.
Kyle and K9 Pyro, I hope I'm saying that right, says he will happily come
Oh,
aboard the ship and volunteer.
oh, I would love that. Where are you based? I'd love
Uh,
to know that.
Tanya is one of our friends. She follows all of us and she's amazing. She's always traveling. Her husband's in the military. She said, will you be on 3 months, on and off, 3 months, 3 months, like the other mega ship?
Yeah, that's the schedule. Yeah. And Jess mentioned Captain Johnny, and yes, he would be great, but after 50 years with Royal Caribbean Group, he is officially retired. He was one of my mentors. Captain Johnny taught me a lot, and mad respect for that captain.
I love that. Hi, Jessica. All right. I will. So we kind of actually, with just the natural conversation, we kind of touched on a few of these. So, um, oh, this is a good one, which you may or may not be able to answer yet.
Okay.
If you could describe the Four Seasons yacht experience or sailing experience,
Mm.
how would you describe it?
Um, I would say it's ultra luxury. Um, it's intimate because of that 1-to-1 ratio and the size of the vessel. And it's really going to take personalized experiences to the next level. I was not familiar with Four Seasons as a brand until very recently because I'd never stayed at a Four Seasons. And then I got the opportunity to go in Chicago. And I had really high expectations from what I had heard, what I had read. The whole ethos of Four Seasons founder Isadore Sharp is the golden rule, treating others as you want to be treated. And that was one of the big draws for me as well.
I
And
love
so I got to the hotel and I was expecting, the world behind the door when I got to my room. And I opened the door and it exceeded my
I
expectations. And I
watched
was like,
this.
how
I
is that
watched
even
the whole,
possible?
I was like drooling. Sorry, I was.
And well, the room was incredible, but the things that really stuck with me is when I was leaving, the director of rooms, he was in the lobby and he walked with me. Well, he took my luggage. He's like, let me take your luggage down. I was going to catch a cab. And just the way, like the conversation went, it was so authentic. It was not forced. It was not fake. And then he had to run off to a meeting, and the doorman Mars came in and he was talking to me and just he's been there. Like people are lifelong Four Seasons employees because of the way that they treat their employees, and that's what really stuck with me. So when a guest can pick up on that, I think that's really important because people are paying attention to the little details, and it's the little details that add up to the most wonderful memories. So I think that's what you'll experience when you come on board. Um, of course, the food is going to be amazing. The, drink options will be fantastic. And then the ports that we get to go to. But the vessel, the yacht is going to be the destination. And if you ask me like what I'm most excited about with the new build and what kind of feature is the most exciting, we have something called the Transverse Marina, which we can open up platforms on the side of the yacht. They fold down from both sides. And we have, different setups that we can make that will have every kind of water toy you can imagine. Not jet skis, because a lot of the places that we go, they don't like the jet skis. They don't like the noise. But we'll have all kinds of different water sports. There's a pool that actually is part of that. And so you can experience the places that we go without even leaving the vessel through the marina. And then we have something called our limo tenders. And these are tenders on steroids. Okay. They are absolutely gorgeous. Think about, when you go to Venice and you've got the wooden boats. They're not wooden like that, but they've got that kind of sexy appeal to them.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see.
Oh, Life with Lila. I heard the shower drain placement is
what is that?
spectacular.
Private joke.
So when we were building Beyond, I had one request, and that was, can you please make sure that the shower drain is not in the center, because I have a phobia of shower drains. And I think it goes back to when I was sailing on banana boats. And the first thing that the captain told me was make sure you always have your sink and your drains plugged, because you never know what's coming up through the pipes, meaning the big spiders or the snakes.
Yeah.
And so when we were building Beyond, they were like, no, I'm sorry, it's too far in the build. It is what it is. But on this vessel, I've got the shower drain all the way off to the side. So yeah,
That's
very random, but
incredible. Good. That is so random, but I'm happy I have that information now. Yeah, no, that's
random.
amazing. To have that type of input is so just makes you so much more close to the ship or invested in the ship. There were a couple other questions that I saw come through, really good ones. Are there any other females on the bridge? Do you know yet?
So the hiring process, it's great because I get to be part of the hiring process, but not initially. There is another company, it's a third party that they vet all of the applicants, and then they'll send us the top 5, 10, and then we go through the final interview process. So we have not picked our teams yet. It's me and the other captain that I'll be switching on and off with. We have my vice captain, which is the second in command, and the chief engineer. So those are the only ones. And then there's a first engineer, electrical engineer, but the bridge team we haven't picked yet.
Okay, all right, good to know. So stay tuned
But
for that, you guys.
we've gotten thousands of applications, which is, I love to see that. Yeah.
The other really good question is, will you be documenting your journey? Will you be posting on social media? Yeah.
Yeah. And, I have to be very careful because I have to time things. For example, I really wanted to talk about the marina, but we hadn't done the press release yet. So I have to, when I'm going around the yacht, whatever I'm recording, I need to make sure that I'm not kind of giving away any secrets before it's time. But yeah, I intend to kind of get into the Captain's Log season 3. Or is it season 4? It should be 4 seasons, season 4. But
yeah, it should.
yeah,
Your brain
it'll be
just
coming.
works quick. Yeah.
It'll be coming.
Oh my gosh, everyone is going to be so excited for that, me included.
Thanks.
let's see. How about this is totally off the cuff.
Mm.
Um, well, this one's not. What's your dream port that you haven't sailed to yet?
I'm gonna put Hydra on there, the one we were talking about with the donkeys.
Okay. I'm sorry. I love donkeys. You're an animal lover as well. And they're so dang cute. There was one in
Yeah.
the Bahamas last time, or the last group cruise I was on with our Dune Travels crew, and there was just the cutest little donkey there. I could have stayed and just fed him apples all
But
day long.
if people are going to Santorini, do not ride the donkeys. Please
No,
don't ride the donkeys.
is
No,
it?
they're not nice to the donkeys there.
Oh
Sorry. I'll
no,
probably
really?
get in trouble for saying that, but I don't care.
No, you have to be so yeah, no one was riding the donkey in the Bahamas either. I don't think anyone did, but I find that you do it's important to talk about important or things that matter to us. And one of those things is you have to be super careful when you're traveling as to not exploit animals because people
Yeah.
are trying to make a buck any way they can, which is totally understandable. Everyone needs to make a living, but you always want to make sure that you
Not at the expense of
no,
another being. Yeah.
never, never.
Yeah.
Um, Also, of course, I probably should have started off asking you, you look great. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I think the last time we talked, I mentioned, last November I had my hysterectomy and that kicked me straight into full-on menopause. So still navigating that, hot flashes, brain fog, that kind of thing. But I've noticed there are certain things that set it off in at home in Vegas, like carbs. And here in Italy, I can eat an entire pizza and no problem.
I've
It's
heard
just
that.
weird.
You are not
Yeah.
the first person to say it. You're not. It's wild to me.
Yeah, but one of the
So,
things that I really love about being here is you walk everywhere. I don't have a car here. I don't want a car here either because if I go to the grocery store or whatever, and I'm averaging about 18,000 steps a day just walking to the office and back on my lunch break, I'll walk usually like home, drop something off, and then walk back just to get that exercise. Because when I was in Vegas, I was averaging like 1,300 steps a day. So
yeah,
this
yeah.
is, yeah, and just getting the fresh air, and I mean, we're right on the ocean, so it's
Well,
pretty
Vegas is
cool.
tough to walk in, unless you're like inside on a treadmill. It's
We
tough
would
to
go to
get.
Costco and
Yeah.
just do like every aisle during the summertime to get steps in because yeah, even when the sun goes down, it's too
Yeah.
hot.
Yeah, I'm headed to Vegas this Thursday for the
Mm.
JCK Jewelry Show, which is one of the largest jewelry shows. Yeah, you would love it because I feel like it's just so diverse in the designers and the metals and the upcoming tools that people are using and the trends. And also there are factories from all over, all over the world
Yeah.
showcasing their jewelry. And it's like, it's so good.
Wow.
Um,
How long are you going to be there?
I'm going to be there Thursday through Monday.
Very cool.
Yep, yep. So we'll be at the Venetian, which is where the conference is held. So which is nice being like right there. So
Mm.
it's going to be good. Meeting with some
Awesome.
clients, showing them the Captain Kate collection, which, by the way, your collection is killing it in all of our retail partners, but especially remember when you went to see our teams in, I mean, our partners
Aruba?
in Aruba? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
they are so nice. Like the people that you work with, and the vendors that have Dune. I mean, it's like you handpick the most perfect people. Because, you walk in and you're like, oh, I'm part of the family now. That's how I felt anyway. I thought that was really cool.
They're so yeah, I love our Aruba partners. We have great partners everywhere. And with my team, I always say I have the best in the business. We have so many people who care about the brand, care about capturing people's memories and kind of inducing wanderlust in people. Like when they're like, oh my gosh, I just saw a Captain Kate design with sand from Greece, and now Greece is on my bucket list. Or it's just really interesting. I have your siren necklace here with
Yes.
mustache.
Iceland.
Yeah. Is it
Yeah.
Iceland? Yeah, Iceland. You're right.
The black
Um,
sand.
and so this is something I layer all the time. And I just got a message from someone being like, I'm going to Iceland. Can I bring back a little pinch of something? I'm like, read all the signs, make sure you're following rules. But yes, all we need is a teeny tiny pinch. Um,
Yeah.
and we can make you
But you've
something.
got it in your sandbank too, right?
Yeah, we do. I always say
Yeah.
that as well. We have over 5,500 sands and earth elements in our sandbank to create jewelry with. So I have your modern mermaid earrings here made with a diamond gradient, all natural diamonds.
Wait, what is the blue?
It is lapis, right? Lapis lazuli. Yeah.
That is stunning.
Looks
Yeah, the diamonds I am obsessed with.
We have a whole package of things coming to you. So um, that's why we need to connect this afternoon. But yeah, the diamonds look so pretty and they're all natural, ethically sourced, all natural diamonds. We had considered working with lab grown diamonds, but then I'm like, kind of defeats the whole purpose of Dune jewelry being
Mm,
all natural. So
yeah.
the siren cuff bracelet I wear all
Yes.
the time. And of course, it fits into any style.
You are the queen of layering, and I love the stacks. Yeah, the
Yeah,
stacks love everything. Yeah.
thank you.
I didn't stack before I met you, and
No,
now I only stack.
you have a
Yeah.
good, yeah, you have good style. Every time I watch you, you've got great, beautiful bracelets on and your layers. I was going to also say that I love that you are continuing Bug's legacy. Um, I see her, the posts every day or every other day, and they just make me so
It's
happy.
it's every day. It's the very first thing that I do when I wake up. Grab my phone and I scroll through pictures. I have pictures, and I started at the beginning when I got her, and that way I get to start my day. I get verklempt.
I
Um,
know. I couldn't not at least say thank you for continuing that because I think it brings so much joy to literally millions of people. So thank you for that.
Thank you. Yeah, of course. It brings comfort to me and also my parents, they lost their pup 4 days after Bug's best friend. So Dewey makes his appearances from time to time, so it gives them something to look forward to.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone, I mean, just everyone really enjoys that. Um, I think, and I have Bug on today, actually.
Me too.
So
Yep.
even like not knowing Bug, I still think it's just such a beautiful design, cool design. I love how detailed we got with it. And you're like, oh, the ears aren't exactly right. And we went back and worked on the ears and
Nailed the ears. Yeah.
um so there's that. Also, let's see. Oh yeah, that was in my see, I didn't even need anything. Maggie was like, I'm gonna print things out for you just so you remember to touch on things. I'm like, you know what? I guess I don't need it anymore, Maggie.
Keep looking down. You're like, oh,
I know. I'm like, oh whoa, we already talked about that.
Aw.
That is really funny.
nothing sure.
Yeah, we will. We'll talk. So a lot of times we talk about the bug charm. I don't know if we've shown this very often, but these are your collection, the Travel Treasures charms, also come with earrings.
Yep.
So you can take any of the charms and put them on these earrings. They swap in and out. I'll actually show everyone because I don't think a lot of people know that. So you've got this part and this part, which actually looks kind of cool when you wear it alone. But then you can add charms to it. And we made it light enough so that it's not super heavy. If you start adding a few charms to each time, it might get a little heavy, but I love the way it looks. And we have them in gold and silver.
Yeah.
So charming your way around the world. What else? What else? Oh, this is funny. All right. I don't know if you have an answer, but what cruise fashion trend do you secretly or not so secretly, love? Which I was going to say, which one don't you like? Maggie said, which one do you love?
I can tell you both. I can
Yeah,
tell you both.
let's do
So
that.
I love it. Like I'm actually wearing nautical stripes. Anybody that's wearing nautical stripes, I'm like, you plan that. It looks great. It's
Yes,
classic. It's timeless. Nautical stripes. Go with the nautical stripes.
I love that.
Um, I'm also obsessed with hats. I love when people are bringing hats because I think it just kind of takes everything up a notch, and it's protecting you from the sun, which is really important. And then the thing that I say, don't pack, leave it home. Anything with political statements.
Oh,
You're on a
same.
cruise.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
around the world. Just leave it at home and enjoy where you are. So, yes,
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 I agree with that. You just
yeah.
keep it light. You're on vacation.
Hmm.
That's such a good point. And I love Sage, who's been watching, as always. Had said, he or she had said a few times, they love how transparent you are and how just real you are. And I do think that comes through in everything you do, and it's awesome.
Thanks. It's hard to
Um,
be anybody else, right? Like you just gotta be
it
yourself.
is, but so many people do try to be
Mm,
someone else, or, or feel
no.
like they have to gloss things over, which of course sometimes you do. Maggie got a video of me this morning coming from the back parking lot into the building, and I was
Yeah.
like, sunglasses
Mangled.
fitted. I've got, my reused plastic, and I've got my phone. I've got 5 bags, and I'm
You're a hot
dragging
mess, is what you're
everything.
saying.
It was a hot mess, and I'm like, you know what? We need to post that because that's fun. But it's real life. We're all trying to multitask all the time, and
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
there's always so much to do. But I'm also going to show. Maggie, can I show? I can show.
I love how you ask Maggie for
Oh
permission.
yeah,
Hi,
I
Maggie.
I
Maggie's
call.
amazing, by the way.
She says hi. I call Maggie my little CEO. Like she keeps me straight, make sure I don't launch anything I'm not supposed to launch. Maggie did say if anyone wants to shop the Dune Jewelry website today, we have free shipping. And the word captain, just captain is the code.
Captain's the secret code.
Captain is the secret code.
Cool.
But I have
Awesome.
your modern mermaid moonstone.
Yeah.
That
So
uh,
with the moonstone, um, I have now become uber obsessed with it because when I flew home the last time on the plane, I watched Fly Me to the Moon. Have you seen that with Channing Tatum and Scarlett Johansson? It's
no.
about the landing on the moon and how they filmed an alternate landing in the event that they didn't actually land on the moon.
Okay.
So anyway, I go home and I tell my parents about it, and my dad said, when we were landing on the moon, do you know where I was? And I said, no. He said, I was climbing Mount Kilimanjaro. He says, I was at the summit. And when I got back down to the base, a lot of these German tourists were coming up and saying, or German climbers were coming up and saying, congratulations. And he thought that they meant congratulations on climbing Mount Kilimanjaro. And they're like, no, the man on the moon. And to have that kind of connection of like, when we landed on the moon, my dad was in some place that was very like you can get closer if you're on Everest, but he was, at the top of a mountain, so he was pretty close to it, and I just thought that was really cool. So now I've kind of become a little obsessed with moons, and I think about my dad whenever I see
Oh,
anything moon related because of that story.
I love that. That's a great story. Have you
Ah.
told that before?
No, no. And in fact, for my nephew, so this is how sweet my nephew is. My nephew's name is Ronan Danger McHugh. My brother named him Danger as his middle name because he wanted people to say, or he wanted to tell people Danger is my middle name. The kid is the complete opposite of
That's a
anything
cool
dangerous.
name. That is a cool
He
name.
read all of the Harry Potter books by the time he was 7. Like he is such a sweet kid.
Brilliant.
And for his
Yeah.
19th birthday, my dad was with my mom at Joann's Fabrics before they closed, and he found a moon lamp that you put, or a moon light that you put on the wall. and he got it from my nephew. Now, keeping in mind, my nephew is 19 years old, right? Like a moon lamp.
Yeah.
I was nervous. I was like, how is that going to go down? But for his birthday, my dad wrapped it up and he wrote that story about being on Mount Kilimanjaro when man landed on the moon in a card. And so when Ronan opened it up, like the appreciation this kid had for that gift, it sent me to the moon. Like it was so sweet. And so now we kind of have this family connection because dad literally gave Ronan the moon, and shared that with him. So
It's really sweet. I love
I
that.
love me some moonstone.
Yes, absolutely. I have my moonstone bracelet on as well. That we wear
Yeah.
quite often. And then, of course, it's the Alaska cruise season. So we've got to show our little
Oh,
ducky
the duck.
charm and
Yeah.
stand from Alaska. So,
Do you know somebody sent me a duck? So I got one when I was at Sea Trade, from Aruba. They
yeah.
gave me the first duck, and then someone just sent me a captain duck. So we've already got two for the yacht, and it's not even built yet.
Yeah. That's really, really cute. I
Ducks
love
are a
it.
thing. It's a thing.
They are a thing. And they get like cooler and cooler, like more and more
Oh yeah.
unique too. It's wild.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, I thought the little duck charm was really cute. And then we have this simple charm bracelet, so you can add a bunch of them right there. That's what I have on here. Travel Trio, Maggie, tell me again.
So they can buy 2 non-customizable charms.
Okay.
And one non-customizable charm.
Oh, that's
for free.
fun. Okay, so right now we're doing our monthly, we do a trio every single month of different items. And right now they can buy 2 non-customizable charms, get a third one for free. So
Cool.
yeah, that's
Holy
actually,
smokes.
yeah, that's really great because we have one of my favorites in your collection is this turquoise globe
Mm-hmm.
charm. It's
Because
so
it moves.
it
We
does,
love stuff.
yeah.
We love
It
stuff that
is.
does stuff.
Yeah, me too. Same.
Yeah.
So that one is available. We have our evil eye or third eye chakra and palm tree and conch shell. So yeah, so that's fun. So buy 2, get 1 free on the Dune website. And you can use Captain for free shipping. And I will show you just because I don't know if you've seen this all together, but these are all of your charms. These are the customizable ones with sand from Nantucket, beach rose. Gosh, what do we have in here? Sand.
What's that second one? The greenish color. Yeah.
That is teal limpet shell.
Wow. They
Isn't
look
that
so
cool?
pretty together.
So pretty. Conch shell right here from the Bahamas. Yeah, just a fun way to capture your travels. Now you've got a tangible reminder of your trips. So
Now, was one of those a rose petal?
yes.
So, as like when you get married and you have your bouquet, what an
Mhm.
incredible way to save it
Yes.
and always have a piece. Wow. Okay, if there are any partners on here that take note of that, snag
Yeah.
one of the flowers, keep it, send it to Holly. That
Yeah.
would
Or
be an awesome gift.
that would be an amazing gift. Steal it right out of the bride, like steal it with the bride's not
She'll
looking.
never know. They'll never know. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's fun. I mean, your whole collection is really fun, and we just we recently launched the
Mariner.
huh?
Mariners.
Mariners.
Mariners Moonstone.
Mariners Moonstone. I just wanted to
Mm.
make sure that we were so
Yeah, we
that
got some cool alliteration names.
yeah,
Yeah.
we do.
Love
I'll
it.
just send the Captain Kate earrings 1, Captain Kate earrings 2. But the rope detail on these are so fun.
Yeah. Oh. Somebody just wrote favorite Italian flower for launch of Four Seasons yacht. And there are poppies around right now. And poppy is my favorite flower. It's the state flower of California. So maybe I'll go snag one of those and just keep it for you, Holly.
That
Have
would
a special
be
project coming up.
That would be amazing. Yeah, that would
Yeah.
be amazing. Well, let's, if anyone has questions for Captain Kate or myself, if you guys want to put them in there, we would love to answer questions too.
The
Uh,
hard ones.
now, would you, one of the questions on here, and I know what your answer is going to be. Would you encourage others to commemorate their pet's memory through jewelry? And I know you just,
So,
yeah,
yeah, I don't think we've mentioned this, but I reached out to Holly and asked if there was a way to incorporate Bug's ashes into a piece that I could wear every day. I've been wearing my Travel Treasures Bug since she passed in December, but I wanted a piece, 14 karat gold, that I could wear all the time and have her ashes with me. And Holly was very, very kind. And maybe you can kind of go through the respectful way that you deal with ashes, whether it's from a pet or a loved one. When you told me about how, they're never alone,
no.
that just means the world to me.
We have a process here at Dune because I have 30 full-time team members, some in the studio, some in the field, but our studio manager, we came up with a process called hand to hand. So when the order comes in, it immediately gets a big kind of red stamp on it and hand to hand written on it. And our team knows that that order it incorporates ashes or cremains from either a pet or a loved one, a human or pet. And so it will come from the mail to our sandbank manager. She holds on to it, processes it, just matches it up with the order and everything. Then it goes to our production manager, and usually Sarah, our manager, handcrafts everything just to make sure that it goes smoothly. And then she hands, hand to hand goes to the packaging center and then fulfillment. But at no point is it left kind of in a bin on a shelf, just alone. And that's super important to us. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Um,
I and having Bug with me, I've got one of my conquerings. Her ashes are in here, but I think having something really close to my heart, because I constantly play with the Travel Treasures charm. So just when you're thinking about them, to be able just to have something tangible to touch. Every time I see a rainbow, by the way, I kiss my hand because it's got where her ashes are, and I touch the rainbow. But yeah, I think I would definitely recommend if you have their remains. I think it's a really neat way to have them with you all the time.
yeah, agree. Did you just babysit some kitties?
Some naked cats? Yes, we
Yeah.
did. Those were actually Bug's cousins.
Were
We
they?
have a friend. We have a friend who has a hairy cat, and so we babysat Sinatra first, and then we had Ziggy and Wasabi, Bug's cousins,
Great
who
name.
live in Las Vegas. And I never realized how well cats do in pairs. This dynamic duo was
Oh,
amazing. So it made me think, if I ever got another, well, I should say when I get another one, would I get two? I will not be getting one right now just because I go to the office every day, and I don't want to leave them by themselves. Plus, I'm
yeah.
always traveling. The last 3 weekends, I was in Florence, Bologna, and Rome, and Dubrovnik. So when you're on the move, I don't want to leave
No,
them
it's
by
not the
themselves.
right
But once
time. Yeah,
once I start sailing again, I would love to have another travel buddy.
we can't wait. That's exciting. Something beautiful to look forward to. Um,
Yeah.
Badge 502 says, Cap, you're the first account I ever followed here. It's been great working
Aw,
alongside you. Oh, love
thanks
that.
for being along for the ride. I appreciate that.
What do you think? All right, last question from me. What do you think makes it so we have such great friends, fans, followers on social media? Like we really have the best of the best people following along.
I think you get back what you put out into the world. So Holly, it really does start with you from, because it's not just a product that you're delivering. It's a feeling. Um, it's, people want to follow brands that do right. And you do that in every interaction that you have, from your customer service, your team, to the products that you deliver. It's all around, it's perfection to me.
Thank you. Thank you. That means
Yeah.
so much to me. Um, Sarah, our manager's here. Want to say hi? Say hi to everyone. This is our production manager. She doesn't get enough credit, and so we have to say hi.
Hi.
You guys
Oh, it's
met.
so good to see you, Captain Kate.
Nice to see you too. See these smiles? This is the real deal right here. Can you imagine working in that office like all day?
We
Fantastic.
have great days, and of course, we have bad days too, but we hold it together.
Yeah, try
Yeah.
to keep
Yeah,
it.
you do.
We keep it together. Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Thank
That momentum.
Yeah, she's amazing. And now when we're coming up with masterpiece designs and things like that, she's really helping that process and that creativity.
Love it.
But yeah, we just have a lot of great people socially. I do want to show one more design because I kept forgetting to show all the gold, and you're a gold girl. So
Yes, I am.
there's your moon.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. So someone mentioned in the comments, I should do a piece, and I love this idea, of Mount Kilimanjaro sand and the
Yes.
moonstone. I
That
think
would
that
be
would be really
beautiful. Oh
cool.
my gosh, for the story you just told.
Yeah. See, but there's endless possibilities when it comes to, what you can make, and the combinations of things, and
That's true.
that's what it's all about. It's taking a story and a feeling and putting it into a piece of jewelry, which
That's it.
so cool.
It's so cool. It is so cool. I agree. Are you doing anything with Four Ocean in the upcoming? Have you guys stayed in touch?
We did. I actually saw them at Sea Trade. I would love to do another strike mission because, they walk the talk. It's not just, oh, we pick out trash from the ocean and then we sell bracelets. They are literally changing the face. And, it's with so much pollution, sometimes it's hard to see that you're making a dent, but they are. They are by the pound. And I love that you also collaborated with them.
Yeah, I love them. I think they're up to 50 million pounds pulled.
They're at 40 million.
For-
Like they're close
Yeah.
related to-
Last time we got the number, it was like 40 million pounds of plastic pulled out of our oceans, which is so disturbing, but so wonderful
Yeah.
at the same time.
But Alex, the co-founder, I mean, you and him have so much in common in like the passion that you put into what you do. So kudos to you guys because you're the real deal.
He is so great. It's interesting watching him open up about his health journey. They never used to talk about any of that. And now being able to watch that and be like, this man is like single-handedly trying to save the earth while battling, insanely challenging health issues. And it's just, we got a big heart for that. That was so cute.
Steffi,
That was awesome.
our
It
friend
never
in
got
Germany.
live on TikTok, so all this new stuff, I'm like, whoa,
We should do this more often. This is
We-
fun.
to do this more often. And then maybe we could do it and we'll do like a catch up with us and maybe bring like one meaningful guest on that works on the environment or something, or works on
That'd be cool.
conservation, and we could shed light on. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps. I'm like, and we could do this, and we could do that.
Thanks, Jen. She says Captain Kate has aged. I think we all have.
God help us. Well,
Yeah. Yeah. And
Um,
I've got so much more gray that I'm proud of right now. Yeah.
oh, girl,
Yeah, the last 5 months have been hell, so
yeah,
thanks.
you're Obama now, from like when he stepped in to when he stepped out. We're all going gray. It's
I love it.
fun.
I really do. I had thin hair for the majority of my life, and now I've got these really thick white hairs, so I'm loving it.
I love some of our pictures from our photo shoot where that long, beautiful hair, and there's a little like sprinkle of gray up here. They're so good. I
Yeah,
use those photos all the time.
that was fun.
Um,
That was a lot of fun.
Barry, she didn't leave her cruise job. She is the inaugural captain for Four Seasons
Yeah,
cruises.
somebody asked why did I change careers, and it's not a career change. I'm still a captain on ships. It's just different types of ships. And quick little story about I was talking to a captain that was one of my mentors, and when I first met him, he was on Oasis of the Seas, which was the world's largest at the time with Royal Caribbean.
Huge.
Fast forward to a few years later, and I see him on the Majesty of the Seas, which was the oldest, smallest ship in the fleet. And I said, Captain, like, what happened? You went from the biggest to the small. Like, there's this implication that, like, somebody did something wrong or you're being punished for something. And he
Right.
said, Are you kidding me? He said, I have the opportunity to meet so many more guests. He said, I can go from the bow to the stern in 2 minutes, where it took me 20 minutes on the Oasis of the Seas. And I get paid the same, regardless of the size of the ship. But it was that interaction with the guests that really piqued my interest. And so that's why I really wanted to try something different. And I think I can make a bigger difference um, when I have the opportunity to interact with people face to
Yeah.
face on a daily basis and 200 people. I mean, we're going to know everyone's face
First
and
name.
hopefully name by the second day. And
Yeah.
that really excites me.
I just love that. I love that their mantra, or for lack of better words, is treat people the way you would want to be treated. And I
Yeah.
feel like it's so important these days. Like, I always call myself passionately inclusive. Like, I
Mm.
am passionately inclusive. I want people to feel included in the conversation. I want people to have a seat at the table. I want people to have a platform to voice what they want or need to talk about. Um, yeah, so I feel like it all has so much connection and synergy, which is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, our live
Uh,
is going to end in 5 minutes. What happened?
okay. They
There.
asked when do you start your new captain? I'm doing it. I'm doing it right now. So I came May 4th. And I am right now, I'm helping write all of the policies, the procedures, doing inspections. So yeah, it's a work in progress, but and it's a lot of different things that I'm doing right now that I didn't get the opportunity to do with an established company that already had all of those things in place. So, but I'm doing it now.
Someone's sailing in July with Captain Tassos, and Captain
Tassos
Tassos and
D,
Captain D.
yeah, on the Ascent.
Um,
The brothers from another mother. They are wonderful guys.
you have a beautiful soul, Captain Kate. I love
Oh,
that.
thanks, Karen.
A lot
Right
of
back
people on the
at you.
icon. I'm not sure where I'm curious where the icon is going.
Is it in the is it in the Caribbean right now?
Maybe. I can't keep them all straight, but oh, in the Caribbean, yes. Thanks, Jen.
Yeah.
A lot of
Perfect.
people going on the icon. A lot of people cruising. I just saw a news report, something about cruise prices and demand. And yeah, Alicia is saying she's retiring this year, looking forward to joining on a new ship. Icon only
Oh,
does.
Miami to Puerto Rico. Is it ending in Puerto Rico or is it going back to Miami?
Okay, so I guess we have a 60-minute limit for our live. Okay, so we'll
Oh,
wrap
okay.
up.
Okay.
Let's see. All right, my last question for Captain Kate. Well, first off, are we going to do more lives together?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, I just
Absolutely.
enjoy it so much, and I think everyone else has had a great time as well. Second, here's my last question. Oh no,
Go
Maggie's.
ahead. Go
Okay,
ahead.
my last question is, is Four Seasons going to let you do your bar tricks?
Oh my, you know what I'm really holding out for, which
What?
I could not do on Celebrity, is Sabre the champagne.
Oh, are you going to be able to?
Oh, well, I've asked. We'll see. We'll see.
You're like, oh, yeah,
Fingers
well,
crossed.
all right, we're
Yeah.
crossing our fingers.
Yeah.
That is so funny. All right, Mags, last thing.
We mentioned code and the giveaway.
Oh, if anyone would like to shop Captain Kate's collection with Dune Jewelry, it's dunejewelry.com, like a sand dune, and use the code CAPTAIN for free shipping. And you also get 10% off when you sign up for the email, which is on the website.
And there's a giveaway.
And there's a giveaway.
$100 gift card.
Where's the giveaway?
TikTok and
There's a giveaway on TikTok and Instagram for a $100 gift card.
And that's a free travel treasures right there.
Yes, it is. This was
And then
so
buy
amazing.
2 travel treasures, get the third
Yep,
free.
buy 2 travel treasures.
Non-customizable.
Free. Exactly.
You guys got a lot going on.
Last but not least, someone was wondering what the teardrop charm looked like. Please be on here. There it is. There she is. Teardrop charm right there with sand from Bali, sand and shells.
about to lose you.
Okay, we're going. Bye. So good talking
Thank
to you.
you.
All right, talk to you soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
What?
Dang, that was good.
I
She's
didn't wanna
so
lose-
amazing. I
I
think
didn't
I'm
wanna
still
lose you.
on. Yeah, I'm still on. Just that she was so good.